Well, I think for right now, for a seamless class, so that I don't have to be checking in who answers or who does not answer and all of that. So I have opened the class mic portal to everyone to simply speak at will, especially with respect to the subject we are considering. Okay. All right. So you can at any point, without you waiting for me to acknowledge you, please do speak, especially when question has been asked. All right. So identify the missing words in the following sentence within the context of UiPath Academy. From an automation potential standpoint, this is a sentence, I suppose, a process in which changes are frequent, the system environment is volatile, and multiple manual, even non-digital actions are required, belongs to which category? Changes are frequent, note that. All right, and the system environment is volatile, please note that too. All right, and then we have multiple manual actions are required. All right, manual actions required. So all of this belongs to which category?
No RPA category.
No RPA category.
No RPA category.
Because RPA should be rule-based.
Should be rule-based. Okay. And what is it that does not suggest that there is rule here in the question, in this narration?
It changes frequently.
The environment is volatile.
Okay, it changes frequently. The system environment is volatile. Okay, I think they speak on different things. So I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. In which changes are frequent, multiple manual actions. Okay, that speaks about rule-based, that there is no rule involved in what is being done. Is that what you are talking about, Amarachi?
Yes. Yes. Then okay. About the multiple manual, it means that it should be, if at all there's going to be automation, it should be attended.
Multiple manual actions are required. Okay.
But since the frequent changes, so we can't use automation for that.
Okay, and since we have multiple manual, as in multiple manual, like human beings are still grossly needed. Something at the background. All right, so the lot has been cast. We have the explanation here. Look at this. RPA can be significantly streamlined to your company's process and increases productivity. At best, RPA can help you reduce time spent on routine. Well, but just imagine this one. It's not routine. It changes frequently. All right, and RPA is suited for all companies and industries, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so of course, right, the second question, the third question, I mean, which is the best workflow type for the following problem statement? We are developing a workflow that will be integrated in a bigger project. It consists of logging in to an ERP application using secure credentials, downloading all the invoices that were validated in the previous day and transferring them. These are the options there. So which one are we going to consider? So which is the best workflow type for the following problem statement? Somebody has just approached. Okay, somebody has said flow chart.
Flow chart. That's flow chart.
Okay, everyone is going for flow chart, no contrary view. Okay. Okay, it's like all the speakers so far they've said it's flow chart. So so why did you say flow chart then? Let's hear your views.
I don't see any. Yeah, I would say it's state machine, sir.
Okay, state machine. Why did you say state machine?
Because of that clause.
Which clause is that?
The beginning clause that the workflow will be integrated in a bigger project.
Okay, and in fact, if I will talk on that, it means that, do you know what state machine is? State machine is even the bigger, like a big
collection flow.
Yeah.
Collection flow.
Collection flow.
Control.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's remove the ones that are not even relevant. Let's start with that.
Okay.
Sequence. So that we can make smart choices. Do you get? Do you think all these are relevant to the question?
No, sequence is not relevant.
Which one is not relevant at all?
Sequence.
Now, reason is wait.
Control flow might be important too.
Now look at this. This is workflow. Which is the best workflow? So which of these is not a workflow?
Okay. Control flow.
State machine.
No, control
state machine. Control flow is not a workflow.
Control flow.
Hello, sir.
Flow chart.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
I choose collection. I choose collection flow.
Okay, there's collection flow. It's collection flow.
I think there are 3 workflows. We only have sequence.
I choose collection flow, sir.
Collection flow.
So, and I have my reasons, sir. I have my reason for taking collection flow.
That is not part of it, or is
no,
the answer?
Collection flow is the answer. Is the answer in this in this question, sir.
Collection flow.
Where do you see collection flow now?
Sir,
you don't check out.
It's down.
Okay.
Down.
It's down.
You don't see the video.
Why are we showing? So, sir, can I speak on, sir? Can I speak?
Okay,
can I say the reason why I choose collection flow? Yeah, okay. I choose collection flow because if you look at those, if you strike out those information, you are developing a workflow that will be integrated in a bigger project. So at that point, there is in that workflow, it can be there will be sequence in it, there will be flow chart in it, and all that. It consists of logging in ERP application using secure credentials and all that. So it's a collection of different flow, different flow in that question.
Okay.
So it is not restricted to a particular flow.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Let's check the explanation. The way if I'm going to look at this, yes.
The answer is flowchart.
Hello, sir.
Chart.
Hello. Oh.
I'll go with sequence.
I'm just giving an opinion.
Somebody is saying something. Somebody is saying that I'll go with something.
Hello, sir. I'm saying
Sequence.
Let's eliminate what was not the workflow. Okay. For my own end here, control flow is not part of it. Flow chart is not part of it. So I'm looking at number 1, sequence, then collection flow.
Okay, let me quickly wait, let me moderate. Wait. Let me moderate. Please, let me moderate your views. Yeah. Now, okay, you are saying that collection flow is not a workflow. It's not a type of workflow by what you said now. And you're also saying that flow chart is not a workflow type. Is that what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's your view. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Hello.
Yes.
Yes. Based on my own opinion, there are
Okay.
only 3 workflows. We only
And
have
they,
sequence.
and they are what?
We have flow chart and state machine. So
okay,
for this
are,
scenario
okay,
painted here,
okay, this one's
for the
this
scenario
one's,
painted here,
mm.
I think the answer is flow chart. I mean, yeah, flow chart, because it is the one used for complicated processes like that. So my own answer is flow chart.
Okay, all right. Yeah, okay.
Hello, sir. Hello,
Okay.
sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Sir, I actually think the answer
under
is
which
sequence.
flow are we going to put?
Oh,
Sir, hello, sir. Under which flow are we going to?
What's all this now?
Can you hear me, sir?
Okay, I can hear you.
Under which flow can we put downloading all downloading invoices?
Okay,
because I don't know how you are going to represent. I don't know how you are going to represent downloading invoices in sequence of flowchart.
Okay,
so
let's
it can be
because
done
this
in
downloading
sequence.
invoices
Downloading
is at the end
invoices
of the
can be
user,
done in sequence.
which will not be represented in the whole process.
Okay, let's get it right. Okay, let's get it right anyway. Okay, so
Melissa, the class is very rowdy.
Okay, exam practice. Okay, and you. It's because of our number. We would expect that. Of course, Vivian is not saying anything. Amarachi is not saying anything. Leonard is not saying anything. Rachel has kept quiet all along. In fact, Dami, I'm not sure I've had Dami during this question period. I'm not sure he has said anything. He has just been watching like he used to do. Okay.
Let me represent them. I'm going for
All right, so now I'm going to show, I don't want to show some things and then we come out of it briefly. And of course, we cannot simulate the entire thing. It's not possible. We're not even in this place. Okay, so, and then you can also visit your chapter 5 where we have control flow. Okay, and read through to see some of the things, some of those things that have been categorized as workflow. All right, if you come here, you see sequence flow charts, you see state machine. Of course, that should give you an idea of what these related features are. Okay, and if we say that sequence is in a sequence you have a workflow and the same to flow charts, even if you've not done state machine is a complex thing. We use that in Rev, that's in the robotics enterprise framework. So state machine, all this they belong to the workflow category. All right. This one looks strange. The collection flow. They simply want to distract you. I mean, UiPath wants to distract you by saying collection flow. Since we started this class, we have not been talking about collection flow. We have been talking about control flow, but control flow is simply it's like an activity or a set of activities, okay, in a workflow. You cannot use control flow in an entire project. You can only use it as part of what will make up your workflow, okay. So that's under workflow. We looked at all these iterated and decision-based activities, and those decision-based activities that include we looked at float, if and switch. If you remember, under this iteration based, we look at do while, and for each. Okay, all right. So these are activities, and I think this one also it's meant to be a distractor. Okay, all right. I think the answer wanted to pop up by himself. All right. Okay, so we have these ones to deliberate on and all of that. So that we don't waste time. Now let's look at this very well. We are developing a workflow that will be integrated in a bigger project. So it means that it's an aspect of a it's an aspect. It's not the main thing. Okay, it's not the real thing. Okay, and then it consists of logging in to an ERP, enterprise resource. What's it called now? What's the P now? All this Sage planning, yes, plan application. We have Sage, which was formerly known as Peachtree, and a number of them. Which other ones now? Yes, thank
They are
you.
all parts of SAP, so.
Well, SAP, we have SAP as an application. We also have it as as a generic name for some kinds of applications. But all this, we have an idea of what ERP is, what they have. They help you to manage your data, your like you can lodge in your inventory, your invoicing, and all those things. Okay, and
it's just like POS, that is a point of pay.
It's a robust
point of pay.
Even more than that. It does more than that. Yeah. Okay, well, I get the dimension you are bringing in. So now, when you log in into your ERP using credentials, you all know what credentials are. All right. Then, when you log in, it takes you to downloading all the invoices maybe present in a folder, a predefined folder. It's okay. And that were validated in the previous day and transferring them. That looks like what? The way I've just said it now. What does that look like? It looks like a sequence. It's an arrangement, a sequence. You move from one point to another. There is no decision to be made. It's not say they have not. You are the one thinking that the system should decide whether if file is present here, download. If it's not present, then go to. No, you are the one by the question, by the pattern of the question. Don't add more notes to the question. Just look at the question. Do you understand? Okay. The question it moves from ERP, from after logging in credentials, it moves to downloading invoices. All right, and then it moves from there to transferring them. They are now going to plug this workflow, plug it into a bigger one. I don't know if it makes sense.
Yes, sir.
That's right, sir.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yes, sir, it makes sense. You are very right, sir. You are very right, sir.
Okay, so that's what makes sequence the right thing. All right. Actually, by the complexity of when we saw credentials, we saw ERP, we felt sequence. You don't have capacity to do that. So we just left sequence out of it, and we started looking for this one. This one looks like the name of a state. This one looks like this one self. We don't respect them. But the ones that are strange, those ones appeal to us. Those are technical. These are standard
questions.
Yes, these are standardized questions that they would have subjected them to people to answer, and then if they see that the difficulty, that's what we call difficulty level, index level of an item. Once they see that it is too difficult and nobody passed it, they will remove it or reframe the question, that item. And then when they see that everybody passed it, they will also review it, remove it, or reframe the question that this one is too cheap. So it has to be depending on the society or on the society. Index level should be nothing less than 0.5 because the maximum is 1.0. Sorry, that's not part of what we are here to do. Okay, so that's what sequence we have post, and it's just technical, just trying to pull our legs. Okay, at least we are getting to know who they are now. All right. So which of I guess something is wrong here. Which of the following rows there should be a D here. Now, which of the following roles is best described by these responsibilities? Responsible for mapping the as is and proposed to be processes. Okay, the thing is already highlighted here. The business analysts are responsible for mapping the as is and proposed to be processes. How do we mean? All right, the business analysts, they may not be the technical person. This solution architect, for instance, they are the real thing. That the ladder you are climbing now, you are climbing the ladder of becoming a solution architect. Somebody comes to you, this is what I want to achieve, and then he brings it before you, and then you deliberate on it. This is what will work, this is what cannot work. We cannot log into the account of First Bank to get so and so. That would not be right. That will be against the law of data transfer and all of that. And then it says, okay, if you cannot do that, okay, let customers then pull their information to us. So from there, so you are the one to do the development, but of course, somebody will come to you to share the view. So solution architect, they do the real thing. The business analyst, okay, the RPA support. Let me jump that. The RPA support. What's their work now? They simply provide. It's like providing support to RPA too, and it's like infrastructure and IT. This infrastructure and IT, they may not know anything about RPA, but that is to ensure, for instance, internet connectivity bandwidth is supportive and all of that. They know of these ones, they may be in the same IT department, but they may not know anything at all about RPA. All right, so but
RPA customer care.
All right, so then the business they are so now looking at this, the as is, okay, this is the way it should be, and then they of course also tell you that this is how things should be. They are not technical as it were. All right, so but they have they know the sequence of how things should be. Okay, I'm in question 5. Which of the available choices is the best collection data type to store several paint color formulas, names, and ingredients? Okay. Should I?
The answer
Vivian, are you there? Vivian, are you with us?
view, generic value.
Okay.
I go with dictionary.
Okay, someone is going with dictionary. Okay.
I'm going with generic value.
Generic value. Okay. All right. Other views.
Dictionary, sir.
Oh,
the answer is array.
Array. Okay. Array, sir. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. We've got 3. What's it called now? We've got 3 views. Of course, this is not Nigeria, in which we are looking for the highest bidder or the highest. What's it called now? The highest poll. Thank you. All right. So. We still have to place it on the table of objectivity. Let's look at the question again. Which of the following choices is the best collection data type to store several paint color formulas, names, and ingredients? This looks like pears.
Dictionary.
Okay, so again, what's our view? I know if I ask you that, what's the reason for picking array picking dictionary, picking generic values, you have reasons. But based on what we said on dictionary, it exists. It provides its values in pairs. Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
Key and
What's
value.
key and value? Thank you. Thumbs up for you. All right, key and value. So that's what this is simply trying to present. You see, they didn't present it as though they just said color formulas. They didn't say anything. They now put in brackets names and names and ingredients, and they left you that okay. If you like, stop as formulas, but we are giving you cues, you know, to handle that question. Of course, when you say generic, you are a point serious as in a point seriously, except that they have presented something a very serious cue here. You know, when you say generic value, you'll be like several paint formulas. Then what should contain that should be generic value now, and then you go for that. So what this cue as showed to us. All right. Okay, and then you have you see, okay, there is even a list in the process. Okay, but you know this does not have, it doesn't it doesn't work like a dictionary. Dictionary in its own case, you have unique data, different data. You can have string, you can have combination of string, boolean string, and have all manners combined together. And you can't get that with this. Of course, array is the one way far from that. Array, it has to be the same data type that you put in a in the array as it were in the variable, that variable. Okay.
Sorry, Mr.
Flowchart number 6. Okay, yeah.
Mr. Beliza, sorry.
Right.
I'm still having difficulty getting the difference between a list and an array. I don't know. Quickly, if you can just point that out to me. Like difference between a list and an array.
Okay, list and array. Now, okay, the way lists, okay, let me start with array. Array, it's array. The way array works is you have this now. You have the same. Hello. Hello.
Been trying to talk. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, I can.
Okay. The question that person asked, I wanted to make that contribution actually, because it could be a tweak, or maybe I've seen something like that before. So the basic difference between an array and a list is an array has it has a defined number of list items. So the number of objects in an array is usually defined and definite, and it cannot be changed. But for a list, you can manipulate, you can remove and add to the list. No, I think add. You can add to a list, but you cannot increase number of items in an array. So I think that's
except for what you have put in it. It's defined in the case of array.
Yes. In array, the number of if it's 4 items that you defined, you cannot change, you can't increase it beyond that 4. I think you can replace, but you cannot, it can't go outside for you.
The similarity is that it is the same data type you are casting into that you must cast into. If it is string, if it is integer, it carries the same data type.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Just to make it easier for the person, an array is like a crate of egg. A list is like a basket. A crate of egg can only contain eggs, and it is fixed 30. The size cannot be more than 30 for a crate, but a basket can contain as much as you can press in. So that's a list. So for both crate and basket, you can remove and add. but a crate is fixed, a basket is not fixed. You can press as much element you want into a basket. So that's my contribution, sir.
Oh, okay, all right. Yes, it's very convincing. Yeah, very, very convincing. Thank you. It's a very good bailout. All right. Okay, I did not look at the name, but I don't know if you got that. The meaning of the question, yeah. Now. Okay, now question 6. Flowcharts can be used in a variety of settings, from large jobs to small projects that you can reuse in other projects. Which of the below is the most important aspect of a flowchart? They have come to you, as in they have come to your doorsteps. All right. Enable number 1. Okay, to ensure that we are participating, I want Vivian to read this, to read the options. Vivian, I don't know, Vivian will just be like, as in, what is the matter? Oh, my father. Yeah, thank you.
Flowcharts can be used in varieties of settings, from large jobs to small projects that you can reuse in other projects. Which of the below is the most important aspect of a flowchart? 1. Enables the creation of complex business processes and connect activities in multiple ways by branching multiple logical operators. 2. Provides the ability to... Sorry.
So okay. Hey, Ross, why? Let her go now.
Provides the ability to seamlessly go from one activity to another and act as a single block activity for linear processes. 3. Determines the project's behavior when encountering an execution error. 4. Provides a condition to facilitate the transition from one state to another. I don't finish here.
The answer is A. First one.
The answer is A. Yeah.
Okay, it enables the creation of complex business processes and connects activities in multiple ways by branching multiple logical, as in everything about it, this just speaks to about flowcharts, as in whether it is complex business process, connecting activities in multiple ways, branching, taking decision, multiple logical operators, everything about flowcharts. So what happens is, what is wrong with this one? This is what is wrong with it, linear process. As in, it makes everything about it wrong, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Determines the project's behavior. It's for sequence, perfect. Determines the project's behavior when encountering an execution error. This one is for what now? This is for error handling. Okay. Provides a condition to facilitate transition from one state to another. This is right condition. That's when we get into state machine, we talk about transition. All right, so it's not, so that's just it, right? All right. 7, okay. Let me open up this so that we see everything. Scenario, you have created an automated process UiPath. The sequence activities is shown below. This is the main file. Okay. It has supermarkets, autism, import argument 1, and then it writes into right line, and the what we have in right line is fruit. All right, but in the code itself, in the code file, it's a supermarket. And look at this. Don't take anything for granted. Look at this. Yeah, this. All right, this one. Yeah. What do they have there in fruits? What do they have in that variable? What is the default value? Apple. Okay. All right. All right. So this is 1. This is 1. The sequence of activities is shown below. This is 1. This is 2. In that file, In the main file, it invokes the supermarket file using the following argument. Taking it in, string, the value is, so the value is what? Is fruits. That's the argument that's been taken in. This is the argument being taken in, and we are replacing it with this variable. Okay, so in that wise, number 3, the detailed supermarket sequence and right hand side of the assigned expression is shown below. Okay, that in shopping basket, okay, this argument with direction in, don't forget what in is in argument. It is used to prefix the argument description. It's equal to what? It's the same thing. Okay, sorry, this is the expression. It's equal to the shopping basket plus orange. I don't know if you are following.
Yeah, we're following, sir.
Yes,
sir,
we are.
with you,
All right.
sir.
Okay. Based on the information shown in the graphics, what is the output of the right line activity in the main file?
Apple.
Apple.
Oh, please, why Amarachi? I heard your voice. Saying apple. Apple is very expensive now. Okay. Why did you say apple?
Based on the information shown in the graphics, which apple? So we are talking about the.
Just explain. Just try to convince me and others. That's all. I'll be fine.
I said.
Sorry, sir. Can you scroll up there?
Scroll up. That's all.
Okay.
It's like you have to.
Where am I, sir? Okay, yeah. Let me start from the scratch, from the beginning. This one, the supermarkets. It throws it into fruits, and the fruits, the default is apple. So anywhere you say fruits, sorry, Amarachi, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I was saying that when you check these variable properties, the default value was given as an apple. Then the equation says just go up. No. Where you say something like
the last part. Yes.
This okay.
No, depends on the last part. What is the output of the item?
Okay, so all of these, they are distractors. This is the output. They are asking for output of this, isn't it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
We can hear you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Everywhere seems so quiet. All right. Okay. So all others, they are distractors. Since they are asking for output of the right line, and we have it, and we have it as fruit, but the default is actually apple. So we just move straight to apple. So apple is the answer. All right. So the output of the right line activity in the main file will be apple. All right. Okay. So we have said it and we got it. Okay. Of course. Okay. Question 8. Identify the missing words in the following sentence within the context of UiPath Academy. When working with the show changes option, it's good to know that it works at what level. Okay, anyone with show changes option? Is anyone aware of it?
No.
Workflow file. I go with workflow file.
I think I've seen it somewhere and there. So
Well,
yeah, you say?
commit.
Commit to.
Commit.
Okay, let's check. Let's check something.
Like when you want to update version.
Okay, workflow.
It's workflow file.
Let me look at. There's what we call universal search. Just press Ctrl F on your studio. You can get anything. You can look for anything using Ctrl F. That's how I got this universal search. And it's Ctrl.
Right, you said okay, Ctrl F.
Ctrl F. I want to see if I can get work file. Okay, let me check this place. Somebody said, we don't have any stuff yet. There's nothing to analyze, sorry. I saw someone posted something about GitHub and Git. I think it's also about GitHub. Yeah, how do I want to do it? Login. Can I record? I pray I will. I just want to get that link. I'm not sure. I don't know where else I could get it. The link we used that day. Can I remember Granada students at yahoo.com? This could not have been this. Okay, this should be another class. Well, please remind me what's
iMac_UiPath.
iMac.
Is it the email?
The email, yes. Oh, I think the username.
The username we use. iMac_UiPath.
Okay, it was 29th of June. This thing showed us paper. 1996. Boom. Oh, good. Open. Save. Version control. Let's just quickly see. Okay, let's just where is it now? Yes, copy this. Okay, let's go to our studio. Yes, I think that was what I copied. Okay, select folder. Okay, we want to see our show changes, commit changes, version. Raheem, sorry if you are seeing this for the first time. This is under version control.
No problem, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Commit and push.
Version control.
Let's put it this way. Add it.
Use the number.
You say?
I think we use the number after version control.
Okay, the current branch is out of date. Overwrite remote content pool. That is
full
like
base.
download full base. Okay, you remember this thing we did that day?
Yes, see.
Okay, it has put it just by using the. Okay, this is the local, this is the remote. So let's save it. Save conflict. All right, save conflict for the file. These are changes that could have been made. That's okay. So we are looking for show changes and see. Project. We have show history here. Yeah. Let me go to GitLab itself. Master. Okay, I'm looking for the show changes.
So I think we need to reinstate that connection from full base.
The connection?
Yes, with that branch.
You mean, okay, this?
Yes, sir. With base.
This master, this is, okay, I've been the one only on this. There is a place I'm looking for it. Where it has to do with the
I think we
version
should save
control
everything
system.
first.
Just John, just help me note this so that it doesn't go off our heads. John, are you there? Just on the notes, just put show changes. Against it, put version control system. John, aware? Oh, okay, Joe, you do that. Just put just on your sticky notes. Just put show changes. Against it, put version control system.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Oh, look. Yeah. Okay. I see time. Heading and moving out fast. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the question. Where is it now? This is it. Let's look at it again. All right, so when working with changes option, it's good to know that it works at the workflow file level. Okay. Oh, I think. Okay, it's okay. Layout diagram. UiPath offers 4 diagrams for integrating activities into a working structure when developing a workflow file. The flow chart, sequence, states, machine, global, and so let me check this, please.
Sorry, sir. Please, what was the answer for the previous one?
A workflow file. That's the answer.
Thanks.
Oh, this is it now. Grayed out. I was looking for it. That was the first place I came, but it wasn't highlighted, so it got me off. I don't know if you can see this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Under
Yes, sir.
pool base. Under
Yes,
pool base. Show changes. Okay. What can we do now? Let's just do something and see if it will come out. Because as it were, it looks like dormant. Okay. Here we are. All right. Show changes saved. Come back to projects. Come back to the file, holding the code. All right. So show changes. All right. So I was looking for this. All right. So that's so the show changes is actually working on the entire file. I don't know. That's what I want to bring up for you to see it, so that it's not just about getting the answer. All right, it's on the main file. This is the main file. I hope you know. This is the real thing, hosting the codes, all the draw and drag and drop. Here we have coding, all those operators, main line, all those things. Everything is hosted here. All right, okay. All right, so that's why we actually went for workflow file. All right, so I take the question again. Identify the missing words in the following sentence within the context of the file. When working with the show changes option, it is good to know that it works at the level of, so which level? Is it pending, commit, or project? So that's the question they are talking about. The project is referring to everything you have within the designer panel Astra. Okay, but workflow file, we're talking about the file, because in this folder itself, we have the JSON, we have other files, doing different things. Okay. Okay, let's move to sorry. Are you getting any noise on the background, please?
It's fine, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry about that, please. So sorry. It sounds like voice of human beings.
Yes, sir.
Children.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
sorry. Okay. I wanted to know if these things are leaking into the mic, and the headset I'm using is very sensitive. It's not helping matter, so it will pick everything from even far distance. All right, so which panel can you see the result of the log message or write line activities? Which panel can you see? Oh, okay. Someone should help us with this. So it seems like a very difficult question. Output panel.
Output. Output.
Output. Really? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
great. There's no need to go there. I think we know what we are talking about. Okay. So all the outputs, all the results of log, message, write lines, everything throws into their console. The output, it's not outline. This one is to confuse us. It is output. All right. Oh, we move. Output. All right. Yeah. 10. You are working as a developer at a company, and each month you need to download a report. You decide to loop over the month using a for each activity. Which data types are best suited to hold the names of the name to hold the values of the names of the months? Is that all?
So is there a fourth option? Sir?
Yeah?
Is there a fourth option?
You don't get. What other thing is that can you see on your screen that I have not read?
List of string. Not okay. Yes.
Good. Exactly what I wanted to pull out. You have omitted this. I stopped my question here. Was we omitted this? This is the kind of thing I talked about. Like the person that said that they marked him down. Do you get?
Wow.
Can you see it?
Yeah, select all that applies.
All right. It's not everybody that will see it. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir. Yes,
No,
sir.
please
All right. So
explain.
select
Yes,
all.
sir.
I need to.
String array now.
Okay. All right. Thank you. This is an instruction on its own, as it stands so quiet and aloof, as though it doesn't know anything. It doesn't look technical. It just, I intentionally to stopped here, and then I asked you questions. So you also jumped into that trap. You simply skipped this one, and then you came to this. You were particular about all this. All right. You skipped this one, and it is possible you also skip it. As in, if I did not call your attention to it, it is possible you will skip naturally. I mean, naturally. Apart from the fact that I set a trap, you get it is possible. So this could happen at different times. They will just ask you to select all that apply there, but you won't see it. You just think maybe what they put there is select, and you just as I don't know. Let me give you an example. I know it's a virtual class, and time is not on our side, but then nothing is cheap or too expensive to be used in the classroom as a mode of instruction. Now, in my second year in the university, I did a course. Actually, I did a course that combines education with engineering. So I was shuttling between education and engineering. They are not different courses, it's just a course. All right, so I will take some courses in engineering and I will take some in education. And so this very day, we had a course, an exam in engineering, 2 papers in education, a paper in engineering, 2 in education, if I'm not mistaken. But I remember very well that at least we were rushing down from engineering, and then we got to education, and we were sweating. Okay, so upon getting to the exam hall, we were given question paper. I got mine like any other person, and I sat down. This boy has read, and of course, if you don't want to do all those stuff, like depending on others, All right, so and I sat down confidently to do my exam, and I saw in the instruction, so and so psychology. It's a 200 level course. I remember very well. And then the instruction there is answer 1 and 2 and any other one. That's instruction. Answer 1 and 2 and any other one. So that means that we were given 4 items, 4 questions. So we were to answer minimum of 3. Sorry, as in max 3. We had to answer 3 questions. Answer 1 and 2 and any other one. But when I saw it, I used it as answer 1 and any other 2. Because that is what is common with most question, most exam. Answer 1 and any other 2. That was what I thought I saw. But it was answer 1 and 2 and any other one. All right. So I got, it was from there I failed. It was from that instruction. So when I also became a custodian of people, I had privilege to teach. Of course, we trap normal, so that it's normal. But then I will always prepare their minds in class, during lecture, that look, your instruction is part of the exam. Once you don't read your instruction, you have failed. As in, you have failed. Just take it like that. You have failed. So that's why I'm putting emphasis on these two. This is an exam as it stands so quiet. I've spent 3 minutes or so talking on it because it's very important. Please look into your questions very properly. So going back to the main question, I don't know if it makes sense. All right, you are working as a... Okay,
Yes,
thank you, sir.
very well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You are working as a developer at a company, and each month you need to download a report. Each month. So you decide to loop over the month using it for each activity. Which data type or types are best suited to hold the values of the names of the month? As in, which data type? Please look at it all. Let me show you everything so that you can make informed decision, informed answer. Array for this one says array. Is it a typographical error or what?
Okay, array for string.
This one says this is actually is talking about string, and then with this is talking about array. This one, this list.
Hello,
this
sir.
Is okay. Yes, let's go.
My own suggestion is anything that has to do with string will go. Anything that has to do with
string. So we are getting his house.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so 75% into the right hand option now. So let's work it out.
So, but generic value can hold the same information.
Generic value, like,
yes, sir.
For instance,
generic value can hold any data type.
Okay, now
if you say store any.
Okay, now yes. Now let's look at this. What is this data type? What is it meant to hold? Values of what? Names of the month.
Names
of the month.
January to
the names.
January, yes, January to that or as all these ones. All these ones are story. This is the main thing. Names of the month.
The answer is list of strings now.
I think it's
it should be string of array, but I don't now know if list of string too is an option.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay. Wait. Now, hold on. That yes.
Since they say select all that applies, so I suggest that we select all that applies. Anything that has to do with string.
Okay. I think some of us were still bent on maybe selecting one.
Sir, the thing is, all those options are correct. They can hold the names of the month. All those options are correct.
Okay. And I will hold the values of all these. Now, so are you saying that string will
name?
Okay. Okay.
The names of the month, which is January,
Sorry,
February,
I
they are
think
all strings.
select all. Excuse me. I think stabilize means in the whole process of the whole everything that is going to pop at any point in time.
I think we should.
Yeah, I wanted to look at the person talking. That's why I switched. Sorry for blocking the
everything
thing.
we are at any point in time. It could be.
Wow, you are saying something about
if it's a 5-step process, would there be a string there? Would there be a list of string there? Would there be? I feel that's what they need from us. All that need to show up, not one thing.
Okay, so you are saying the list of strings should pull in, should go in.
Yes.
Yeah, you are saying list of strings should go in.
Can you hear me? No. I'm saying it seems everyone is trying to like identify a single
option.
This is
I've reviewed it. Okay, let me. I've already opened it up. Now, both list of string and string, that is array for strings, are correct because they are going to hold different values of string. Do you get? And we are looking at we are looking at like someone. In fact, it has been answered by the comment.
It's me, sir.
Babalolabi?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you already said it while we were trying to answer a question the other time. So, these two will go in. All right, so that's, if it's a string, that's limited. It will not be able to go into an array. And we are looking at data, which data type? As not, it has to be something that will host a number of, or hold a number of values. Yeah. Okay, so let's move to, what's the next one?
Hello, sir.
Yes, hello.
So we are considering which one, I don't know. I don't know. My screen is not.
Okay, yes. List of string and string array, array for string.
Okay, generic value is off. Yeah.
No,
okay.
It's not.
Thank you.
It's
Sir.
not. Yeah.
It's off. Yeah.
But sir, is there anything like array for string?
So. I'm looking at grammatically. If it's grammatically, it doesn't sound like what we are looking for. But technically, we know, yes, you know that it exists, I'm sure. But grammatically, it sounds like, no, that is not what we are looking for. All right, now this is, notice the area circuit. Notice the area circled on the debug toolbar. Wauchi, are you still here? Leonard still here. Let me look at. Okay, yeah. That now Buki is still with us. Okay, don't worry. You've spoken today. Buki, Akinola, Rachel, that arrangement. Are you still here? There, Runyi is somewhere. Is Runyi somewhere in class today? Okay. Who else? Badebo. I saw Badebo sometimes in one of the classes. Okay, sorry. Don't let me disturb. Let me look at James. You've been quiet. You have decided to follow after Dami. Yes, Rastak, Sekiro, you've not been talking. Yeah, Rastak, Sekiro. Yeah, you've not been talking. Let me see others that may be here.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sorry, I just joined the class.
You say?
I've not been available for a while now. Sorry about that. That's some unforeseen circumstances.
Okay,
I'm back
no
now.
problem. All right, no problem. Be strong. Okay. Kingsley also added talks. John Ogidiolu added talks. Okay. All right.
Yes, I've been around for a while, so that's why.
Okay. No. All right. Okay. All right. So back to this. Now the place circuit. Notice the area circled on the debug toolbar below. What is the function of the circled item? What's the function? What can you say within the circle?
Breakpoint.
Breakpoints.
Breakpoint.
Okay. All right, breakpoints. Okay. Yeah, breakpoints. Breakpoints. Where are you? Breakpoints. 21, 24, 944. Okay. Plus, I apologize for the background noise. These are things I cannot control at the moment.
You understand, sir?
Is
They are the ingredient of the soup.
okay. Okay, there we go. Just do different things like that. Then do I have to justice is needed in Nigeria? Okay. Sorry, it's just what I did not plan that or something just something that welled up in my brain.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, I'm right. Thank you, Jerry, my sister. Let's put something here. Then I'll also put something here. Control what? Control. What do we use now? Control K. So we may say that federal system of government, federal system of governance. What do I put now? Okay. So that they will not arrest me for blasphemy. Okay, Aish, is that taking it? All right, so you get the idea that okay, I remember what happened now. I set a variable and then I'm putting on that code. All right. That's sometimes when you want to abuse your authority, when you want to abuse people, that's what happens. Just
Can name it justice.
I did the same thing, okay, no, see.
Let's name it justice.
So you're putting
okay. I'm putting space. Sorry,
variable name should be justice. Then the value.
Now,
maybe with an underscore or something.
Don't mind this guy. Okay, so all right, so this is something workflow, whatever you call it. Okay, so actually breakpoint is under debug. What do we use breakpoint to do is to pause an activity and check if there is any error here. So you see the way they arrived at that circled aspect. This this is the debug. The debug tab. We have the run file. You know about this. Then we have the step into. We have the step over. We have the step out. We have the retry. It's not highlighted yet. We have the ignore, restart, focus, breakpoint, slow step, execution trail, highlight element, log activities, continue on exception, picture in picture, called PIP, open logs. of course, open logs, control L, we show different things that is consistent in the logs. You can imagine the small thing we did now. This is what you have there. All right, so close it, young man. Okay, so this is the breakpoints, but you can identify the place where you want to apply breakpoints. Is it that you right click on that activity I did now, and then you come to toggle breakpoint. Okay, and you see a red button come up. Okay, so if I run this now in the debug mode, you see that it's going to pause here. Okay, you can achieve the same. I want to remove this. Let me remove it from here. I want to remove it to breakpoints. It's okay. So here you can also the same thing I did. I just want to show you another way. Breakpoints. Come here. You click here, and then so. How does it work? If I now, work on this, execute this, it's going to pause on this activity. It's going to, it's like the word breakpoint, like this is a flow. We've been calling it a flow. The entire thing is a flow. All right. So for now, you need a break. The point to apply break. So that's just the way to explain the breakpoint. Right, so this is the place where the breakpoint is applied. All right. Okay. So you notice that there is a change from the blue banner change. Please mute your mic. Please kindly mute your mic, please. Please, let's mute her. Please, let's mute our mic, please. All right, thank you. All right, you see that the breakpoint has been applied for real, and it has paused, as in there is a pause there. And so at that point, you can look at the activity, the codes, the values. Okay. We'll still talk about this. You can look at there are different panels here. We have the local panel. This is local panels like a general assembly where everything is exposed. The properties of this activity, you see it here, that it is the display name, the string, all right, and then this one, the message, the buttons, everything, even things that normally would not have seen, everything is being reviewed here. Okay, we have the watch panel too. Through the watch, you can add expression, you can add things to what you are doing. We have immediate various functionalities. We have the output. About the output. Then we have the call start. We have the breakpoints. So of course, while the breakpoint is going on, and you are studying it to see if there is any error in this thing that you can remove, any adjustment you can step into. Here we are. Okay, so it has executed this, and then okay, once you step into, you see that it moved into the next activity. That's the work of step into. So it simply moves into this one, into the next activity, and then as if it's even showing you the next activity. that will be coming up. All right. Okay, so you have the message box. So if I apply step into again, it's going to come in here. If I apply step over, all right, see step over. Okay, if I stop the entire thing, let me stop the entire thing and see the step over, step everything. Okay. Okay. Anyway, we are passing by. It's just to. This cannot be a comprehensive thing. Okay, so breakpoint has been applied here, and so we have stepped into. You have seen the step into how it works. Step over. If I use step over now, yeah. Okay. Step over. It seems it's working like step into, but not exactly like step into. If I have more activities here, it would have showed to us. Yeah, somebody saying something in the background. Step out will simply make it to come out of the entire thing. The whole thing is done with step out. Justice is needed in Nigeria, and of course, the stepping out now. Like the entire sequence is being under watch, under step out. Okay, so that's how this works at this level. So just to come to this place, what is the function? Okay.
Yeah. Does it mean that it will execute the code before leaving the whole thing? Because I think that's what happened.
You mean for step out?
For the step out, yes, sir.
Yeah, it executed this before it stepped out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what happened. Okay, so the question was what now? What's the function of the circuit item used to purposely pause the debugging process on an activity which may trigger execution issues? Number two, used to stop. So let's look at all these things. Used to stop the process so temporarily as a pause button. This can fall one. Used to stop the process so temporarily as to pause as a pause button. This one says used to purposely pause the debugging process on an activity which may trigger. Okay, so third option. Used to find the area of a workflow which has a broken link. Okay, did we use it to find any area that has broken link?
No.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Definitely.
No.
All right. We are not orthopedic surgeons, so nothing was broken here, and we did not fix anything. Used to make a fixed stop in a workflow. So did we anything like this?
No, sir. That one is off.
It's off. That's what we call off white. Is that what you're saying? Or off key. Okay. So we have these two now. To be in between these two to choose. So which one are we going to go for? Which one sounds better?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, the first one.
One.
That is just it. That is just it. Let me show it again so that we can see what we're talking about. I used to purposely pause. Yeah, to purposely pause. That's just it. This one used to stop me. Sorry. It's meant to.
Even on activity is another point. You say used to purposely stop. I say on activity is another point for it.
Abi? Yeah.
Sir,
okay. It's already. Yeah. Hello.
Someone sent a question like some days ago. This exact answer that we chose was what the person chose in the UI practice question, but it was marked incorrect. The answer was step into.
It was not this one, bro. Because it's different.
Can we respond to that? Because the answer was step into that. What was the source of the question was about breakpoint. Do you get what I'm trying to say? The question was coined around breakpoints.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Okay. Yes.
It was coined around it. I was one that thought, okay, sorry. I hope I was not the one that distracted again. Okay, I simply.
No, sir. Sorry, sir. Please, can I? Yes. The answer, the focus here is breakpoint, and the suitable answer we choose here was the actual answer the person also chose. Okay, can I read the question, sir?
Okay, go ahead, please.
The question is, how can we purposely pause the debugging process on an activity which may trigger execution issues?
Okay.
And the options were by using the step into button, by enabling the highlight elements, by using the step out, and the third one by right-clicking the activity and selecting toggle breakpoint. So the person chose toggle breakpoint. We can see that the person chose toggle breakpoint on the WhatsApp that the person sent it to, but it was marked incorrect, and the correct answer that UiPath chose was by using the step into button.
Okay.
For this exact sentence that centers around breakpoints in number one here, the answer one.
Now, okay, the question again. Please read the question again.
How can we purposely pause the debugging process on an activity which may trigger execution?
It's okay. Thank you. How can we purposely? Now I'm trying to dance around that question, that answer with respect to the question. I could fall into it, but I'm trying to look at the tweak you are trying to bring into it. How can we purposely pause the debugging process? Is that not it? Now,
yes.
when we right click on breakpoint, when we right click on an activity and we choose toggle, we are using that to mark a breakpoint, to establish a breakpoint. That is not yet an activity to pause and to what's it called now? It's not yet an activity to do what? To like the verb you used. That's what I want to use now. To mark.
Toggle, right? Okay.
The question. I'm referring to the verb in the question.
Okay. How can we purposely pause?
Purposely pause.
Yes.
Do you get? Like it's very slimy, kind of very, very dicey. While you use the toggle to establish a point, do you get? But
yes, sir.
When you go ahead to use the step into to pause, like you now look into, okay, this is the activity that I want to look at. I don't know if you got my point.
I'm still trying to get it, sir.
Okay. I will explain you why and what I'm trying to talk about. Now, this is how we got here was that we applied breakpoints here. Okay, let me remove this. No, that's the reason for question items actually. Okay, so we have so we are here. When we click on an activity and we apply toggle points. By applying toggle point, have we paused the execution of this process? Have we paused it? That's what I'm saying. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I wish somebody is getting me. I was trying this. Now, have we paused?
I'm getting you.
Okay. Have we paused the debugging process? Have we paused it at this point? No, I don't think so.
No, sir.
We have only established a mark, a point where we are going to pause. And okay, so now when I click on step into, oh sorry, I'm sorry, before that, I need to, after selecting the point at which I want break, okay, and I debug. And I debug. So by mere pressing or like clicking to get your toggle point, it doesn't give you it doesn't create the pause feature. That's what I just want to bring out. Yeah. Okay, so when you, do you understand what I'm trying to say now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm trying to work the answer from that point of view. Yeah. Okay, since you have given us options, and then we have also read out the question. So why this is highlighted, I use step into, can you see anything here? Output, breakpoint, cost tag. Can you see all this? Locals, can you see anything? Watch, immediate. Okay, so if I apply step into, all right, so after applying step into, okay, it's okay, so after applying step into, it has occasioned it to move into another activity, but the main thing actually is the pause. This button, this toggle point, it is not the one occasioning the pause. The pause is the one marking the point at which we want the pause. That's what I want to bring up from it. After this, we'll still go to debug file. Does anyone have something more convincing to present this case, to answer the question? And on that note, we are going to end the class. Thank you. Views from one of us.
It's a very tricky and dicey question.
Yeah, I think so too. Certainly, I think so. Very tricky. It is the kind of question that deceived Eve in the Garden of Eden. All right. So it's on this note we're going to end today's class. All right, so I would like to appreciate everyone that has contributed. So this is the pattern. This is the way it goes. This is the way it goes. I hope that we'll be able to cover a lot of grants and have good exposure and ultimately have lead to success. Lead to success. I don't know if it is right for me to offer counsel on this kind of notes and on this platform. I don't know. I don't really know. But then, whatever we know is so convenient for us, I mean, to do, let's do it. With respect to exam taking, all right, so yeah, so don't forget all the narratives that preceded the practice items. I mean, the 1 hour we spent on reviewing the last class. Don't forget my pieces of advice. All right. Even with respect to tomorrow. All right. So tomorrow will be another good day for us.
Sorry, sir. What topic will Mr. Julius be discussing tomorrow?
What topic?
Hello, sir. Yes, sir. Just to prepare ahead, sir.
You want to prepare ahead of Julius?
Yeah.
Funny. These guys are funny. Sir, I want to plead. Is there no way, sir? I want to plead. Is there no way we can have something similar to what we just discussed now? I mean, the revision. No, I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying copyright. It might be copy left.
Okay, you want copy left.
Something is modified one. Let me use that word. May not be the way it is done from the maybe photocopy, whatever. But the way you will modify that,
you don't
it will just.
You don't want
Mr. Lucky, there's a site for practice test, rpachallenge.com.
Okay.
It's a site for practice test, yes.
Yeah. Thank you, James. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Have a kiss for that.
I cover myself with the blood of Jesus.
Hey, we have not come across it. Holy kiss.
Okay, all right now. Thank you so much. Good gestures. All right. Thank you. Okay, Sylvester, Dediba, Lucky Nasras, Sekiru, Matayo, John, Amarachi, the Machine Woman, Vivian, and Joe, Dami, James. Okay, if you have James, you should have John. That's why we have John. We have John. John Ibrahim, it's been long I saw him. Yeah, it has been John.
Hello, sir.
Is John Ibrahim here?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello, Matthew.
Yes, sir. Sir, sorry, this is not part of our training class. It's just one problem. Should I call it a problem or a task that I was actually trying to do? So it's I've been trying to use a programming language for it, but I don't know. I said I should ask you if UiPath to be able to do such. So the stuff is that there's a company that receives like a receipt, and this receipt is in a format of PDF and sometimes Excel. So they receive all kinds of files into their webmail. So what they want is that they want to be taking record of some information from the files that will be sent from different companies. So I've been able to automate something that it will be entering a particular Gmail, and then from that Gmail I was able to now link it up to Google Sheet. So all the attachments now, they are going to Google Sheet. So, but the issue now is that those files, they are very, very different. They are different. It's not a specific file, like the format. So they are just different. So just random files like that. So I don't know. Do you think UiPath can help to achieve such kind of stuff? Looking at the way it is now, because I've been able to write a code to extract data from it.
Okay, all right. Okay, I get you.
Yes.
All right. So thinking it over, while I belong to the group of nothing is impossible, if you can think it, you can do it. At the same time, we know that like it's the structure of the UiPath that it works on rule-based, and there is a way that the documents or workflow we relate with must comply with some, it must have some patterns involved.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So now you have Excel, you have PDF, you have what's it called? You have PDFs, and the arrangement of the elements in these things, the invoice, may be different. Okay, and I also know that there is AI embedded in. So now it's while I do not know exactly what you are bringing up, but it looks like even if it runs at some point, it's going to run into some errors at some other points. So it looks, because it's simply bringing files, harvesting files from different places. All right, so So that's now. But one thing I think, like free consultancy that that I want to offer now, if it will work, is if you extract all the information on the files, and then you extract using regular expression, okay, to map out the invoice number, for instance. And I hope the invoice, of course, you can regular expression will handle that. The regular expression to extract the invoice number and the other specified information you want, maybe that will work. You can try that out. That's free consultancy at zero fee. But when it brings something to you, don't forget, I have very functional email bank account. I have DOM account. I have what's it called? I have the regular. I have savings. I have everything. Anyone you want.
Your beneficiary too.
Lucky, what do you think about that?
So I'm by your side, though, at least PA.
Okay, Amarachi, what do you think about that?
Intercontinental account is FD.
Okay. And I think Dami. And I think Dami also likes money small. So Dami will comply too. I mean, we will be on my side. Okay.
Of course, sir. Of course, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so we can try that out and see how it works. Development is like that. You try this, you consult this person. I'm too sure if you meet with some other persons in this group here right now, they have different view to what I just said now. They will just tell you that no, this one that Ebenezer said is a long thing. Do this. And so, all right, thank you. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening.
Good night, sir.
All right, good night, sir.
Good dreams. God bless you all.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, good night. Thank you.
Bye.